Ah, of course, as soon as I line the bloody camera up, fucking Argos executive Bulgarian hard leather bullshit swivel chair thing with iffy gas cylinder in the middle. I've lost 4 stone. Should be working better, not worse. Anyway, well, 2 mad Commodores, nothing really. I don't really have a name for this. It's just a game I should have done ages ago. I may have actually had a quick look at this game. However, I can't remember if I actually recorded it. Yeah, bloody lined up now. It's very hard to tell even with the Kurt glasses on. Yeah, that should be about right. I have to sit about here just to see the screen. What's going on, man? And it's interesting. Many things about Nebulus are interesting. One, I actually had this game, so you know, it should really come under what the bloody hell are you doing, Mad Commodore? Or where the fuck is ... Nebulus? Especially if I had it, and now that I got, you know, small Sony, same as I had before, bread bin, same vintage as I had before, not the same one. My first one definitely had orange function keys. My mate's C64 had the, you know, I don't know what you'd call it, charcoal. Anyway, and when I had to have mine replaced, I think mine might have got that. I prefer the orange function keys. People say, you know, C64, meaning the bread bin, don't really fit in with the styling of the 80s, but you have to remember in 1982, January 1982, when Jack Trammell started running the production lines fucking 7 days a week to build up stocks before the summer launch of the C64. So the C64 is actually a January 1982 computer. They just didn't make the same fucking mistakes that Microsoft, Sony and Nintendo seem to make every year when they come out with a product that's perceived as being brilliant. I'm not going to comment on the Wii or anything like that. But it's interesting for other reasons. One, it came out just a month before Risk. So that's 2 console quality games within a month on a C64. Now I don't remember if this was 10 quid or 9 quid, but Risk was 9 quid. So those 2 games alone, you know, you probably played them for like 3 months, which is as long as any cartridge based game. I never played anything on the Mega Drive for like any longer than a good game on the Amiga. Mind you, I did finish Golden Axe and I gave up on Shadow of the Beast. That's not the point. The point is eventually you get fed up looking at the same pixels on the screen. That's what it was like back then. It's like, give me more. And usually it was more but worse in the case of, you know, loads of Ocean, US Gold kind of things. The other interesting thing with this game is that it is on the Atari 7800. It's also on the NES. It's called Castellania or something, some stupid name. It's called Tower Toppler, which is the US name of Nebulus. So even the C64 version, I believe, is called Tower Toppler in the US. That's all I wanted to make sure. Right, there we go. And oh, there is a little bit out. I'm missing a couple of pixels on that side. There we go. That's like pretty close. And on the NES, interestingly, the bonus levels are some shit platform game. and I don't mean it's a perfect copy of Super Mario. No, it's on a C64. I can't remember what other computers. Obviously on the Amiga as well. I can't remember if the ST had the parallax scrolling underwater bonus level between towers. But that has been replaced by some rubbish, really rubbish. It looks like something I could have written on fucking STOS, the games programming language on the ST. Yeah, graphically, obviously not the scrolling, but I did give it a try with Salamander dual layer parallax. Sadly, my coding was not quite up to the standard of Xenon 2's Atari ST coding, which is brilliant because it is parallax. And also the fact that Xenon 2 is vertical, which is quite simple to scroll compared to horizontally. There's not enough CPU power to overcome the bad design decisions of the Atari ST screen memory location register setup. You cannot shift it enough, a small enough number of bytes. It shifts the screen 16 pixels to the left or right. That's just, it's not even 8. It's worse than the MSX in hardware technically. So you have to at least use the CPU 50% of the time to copy the screen if you do it that way. And that's just to replicate, character scroll on Spectrum, some MSX games. But yeah, that was interesting. So like I said, I had this game. Yeah, no, I'm not having any of the trainers. I'm going with level 1. Yeah, we'll have that because I might want to see different graphics. So this is quite a difficult game. Now the other thing I noticed on the NES version is they actually have the music playing. It's got like a square wave version of this tune. It's not very good. Sort of Atari ST quality, I suppose. But then the Amiga tunes are not brilliant, and yeah, I'll get onto the Amiga. I'll do a separate video about what an absolute fucking way to miss the point, motherfuckers. I'm going to do about the Amiga sound chip. But yeah, getting back to this. That's really like an NES thing where you have like an arcade game and there has to be music playing in the background. It could have been Nintendo requirement actually. That sound effect you cannot get on any other machine, and on the ST and Amiga is playing back a sample of the C64. Here we go. See, I watched a video on this, and they were shooting, and they got one hit, and that thing was destroyed. Or is it the balls? It might have been the balls actually. So that's a good way to do that, because it gives you a bit more time. Yeah, they got destroyed when I looked at the video, and on this version that I've got from Game Base 64, that doesn't happen. So even if I have done the video, that is a problem. Damn it, I'm still having my roll up, so if you cannot if you cannot kill them, then it's a problem. It's even more of a problem if you're not paying fucking attention. This is one of those games where you really do need to concentrate what the fuck you're doing. So. That makes no sense. I don't want to use the invincibility thing because, well, it don't really work on this game if you're going to play it with invincibility mode on. So perhaps it's only a particular type that you can blow up. So as long as you land on a platform, you don't technically lose a life, you lose time. Oh yeah, that's the problem with that one. So okay, there's certain things you cannot shoot. MC. Alright. ZZZ. Here we go. So yeah, I did play this a fair bit. Because like I said, it is technically an 8-bit console quality game. You know, you're not getting as much, you know, in actual terms. I think there's only 8 towers, so yeah, you won't be playing this as long as Risk. But then there's no resource management in this as such, so I'm not really going for the bonus time as such. I'm waiting for the thing to come again. No, bollocks. So you can stop that one. I don't know why it keeps pushing you back there. That's a bit iffy, that is. Have a look what's going on here then. Oh bloody hell. Ah, Jesus Christ. Maybe you can only drop down twice. Third time's not a charm in this game. It's loss of life. Third time's loss of life. So perhaps when we have our third COVID jabs, we're all going to be dead because they fucked something up in the laboratory. Yeah, it should come at equal intervals of time, but it doesn't seem to be doing that, little shit. So you really just have to know the route, and you learn that obviously. Crap, see, I wasn't ready for that. Right, here we are going the right way. So luckily the things disappear. And it's really all about the tower effect, which one of the Mickey Mouse games on the Mega Drive rips off badly actually. Yeah, there does seem to be certain points where you've got to time that just right, you see. We are actually running out of time here, so better get on with it now. So that, you know, the things that you've blown up. Done it again, yeah. Well, actually it was a time limit that time. Now the actual game engine is coded really well, and that's one of the most important things on when you're going swimming. Now, when you're trying to play these kind of games. Now it doesn't remember what you put in, so that's such a shit score. I don't want my name in there. That's my mate. Yeah, that was a thing. If you got a shit score in an arcade game, but you still somehow got on the you know, top 10 high scores, you won't put your actual initials in there, because then everyone in the chip shop is gonna see in it. You need to get a feel for the timing actually, and yeah, this probably not a good breakfast game, as I like to call them. Right. So there are safe points, and it's almost like you're triggering that thing actually. Kind of wait here. Oh bloody hell. Oh look, we did actually yeah, that's where we need to be, so that's fine. Well, you probably shouldn't do that, you see. There's a lot of things you've got to be aware of. Oh, that was lucky. So luckily the things that you destroy don't respawn, so there's none of that bullshit going on. Yeah, you really need, you know, no distractions when you're doing this bit, so... That was lucky. That was a stroke of luck, actually. Damn it. The time limit is actually quite tight. So our kids mode would probably be no time limit, you know, just working out what the hell you're doing. I don't know if Nintendo did that. You know, at least Atari used to do that. Sometimes in the earlier games there was like a kids game option, so... It's one of those games which should be quite impressive on a big TV. I didn't actually do that. Oh, crap, alright. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. So... Here we are, actually not too bad on time. Oh, crap. That's a bit of a waste. Where am I supposed to... Hey! Oh, you asshole. See, I'm trying to keep an eye on the time and work out what I can and can't do. So that's one thing I don't like, the disappearing platform. So if you pay extra, you know, like Manic Miner, it should be obvious which platforms are going to dissolve underneath you. So... Right, you don't have to move on that. Yeah, crap, so you can time it. So we are getting better. There are a few things that are annoying to me today, but back then, you know, generally you just accepted that games were actually that difficult. You know, it'd be, oh, you rubbish at games, innit? Possibly because, you know, tape games were quite cheap. You know, you get more annoyed if you spent more on a game. So... Yeah, unlimited time I think would be the only trainer I'd have on to start with, just while I'm sort of like getting used to it. You can time it on the video whether I'm in time or not if you really want to. Still got to do I think Ancipital and Iridis Alpha actually. So anyway. So yeah, these are all the Houston games I had. Cybernoid 2, one of those is on the NES. Nebulus is on the NES. Iridium is on the NES. It's called The Last Starfighter. So let's just do that again. How much time? Bloody hell, 20 minutes, and we didn't even get off the first level. So in a way, my grievance with this is, not only is it's quite a challenging arcade game, there's nothing wrong with that by itself. But on the only option for difficulty, I don't think you can change the difficulty on this. Like a minor 2049er, the time limit is too tight for a game that tricky. So, you know, that harks back to the early days of computer games or video games where they're just damn hard. You know. You could argue Risk is, you know, the ship you're given to start the game is really crap. But that's a resource management game. It's like Defender of the Crown on the C64 or ST. You still start off crap. They've just improved the AI or whatever you want to call it. And that is a resource management game as well. You need to build your army, basically. You probably could add things to improve your sword, you know, your sword fighting skills or whatever, I don't know. No bloody coffee or tea in it. I think I might have a coffee. So, yeah, I don't like that about that game now. But I think back then, I would have spent more than 20 minutes before I decided, nah, the time limit is a cunt. Because I was old enough to say cunt by then. Not in front of my parents, obviously. Weren't allowed to say things like that under the, you know, the roof of our home. See, because of the way I'm sitting, I keep thinking, well, one, the camera's not quite lined up, which it isn't. Well, I can't really tell because there's loads of bloody things all over it. Shaky cam, auto, record, and the time. Self trainer, unlimited life for both players. No. Infinite, yes. No. We'll do level 1 because it is actually, and we'll do yes for that because it might take us to the bonus level. First, I'm going to see if it will take us to the bonus level. That's really what you wanted to see. I believe this game also got a sizzler. I don't think it got a gold medal in Zap. Here you go, look how impressive that is. I think you have to kill the shrimp. You're not allowed to eat live shrimp, it's very bad for you. Yeah, that section is missing. It's been replaced by a very rubbish platforming game. It's not even up to the standards of CJ's Elephant Antics. Oh, bugger. Well, it's a 50-50 choice. But to be honest, now that we got that out of the way, I can see how long it's going to take me to do level 1. Now, I wouldn't watch the YouTube video. Yeah, see, I don't like that. That's like, every time you get to a new level, let's say takes you ages to get to level 2, which it probably didn't for me back then. And then you go left straight away, and it's like, what the hell happened there? See, I'm not even sure what happened there. So, you know, I don't think you can tell the difference on the NES version or the Atari 7800 version, which I think they both would have cost the same. Can't remember how much Atari 7800 cartridges were. I think they were 30 quid though. Right, yeah, we should be okay with this now, so that was a bit risky. See, I'm rushing it now, and I don't have to rush. So I've just got to avoid the hazards that are actually coded into the game. Everything except doing it in the right amount of time. How did he jump? See, when I came on there, he actually jumped. That's because I'm going to have to find out how you jump to do level 2. Because it appears whatever way you go, you're shafted really. Alright, let's get down to business here. See, that thing's going to come now and we're going to be shafted. So we're safe here. The trouble with this is you can't actually see what's up there. Oh, bollocks. What am I doing? I'm going the wrong way. Right, you've got to go down here, innit? So I don't know how you meant to do that then. How did I do it last time? Well, that's not a thing. It's good the way it bounces around the platforms here. See, I'm not sure how he does that jump. Maybe he only jumps off the elevator. Ooh, we're pretty close to the... oh, crap. That was close. Yeah, see, I do think a children's level should have been like that. So that's just a game design thing. I think today if you did this game, because millennials can't play 8-bit games like this, anyway, most of them. I mean, you even got a little shadow there, the parallax is nice. I would have personally gone with light, very light grey, not turquoise, but that could be a limitation of the screen mode. Right, see here, if you go left or right, okay, that's no good. But we went the other way and that didn't work either, did it? Something weird going on here. Yeah, you can't shoot that thing anyway. So I got no idea how I would do level 2. We're going to have to skip those 2 levels just to have another chance at that. So on top of the fact that you don't actually know that those, you know, those floor tiles are going to dissolve, don't actually know what you're going to do anyway. Oh, you have to do this bit, right? Okay. There is a shoot 'em up like this. I can't remember what it's called. It's by Cytronic. I think it's them. So if you go this way, so there's definitely nothing going on there. So you have to move, or you have to actually jump over one of them. And you have to jump almost straight away, right? Well, that one disappears as well. I don't understand what you're supposed to do. So that's the end of that review then. But that is actually a good game. There's something funny going on with that bit. And actually none of the trainer options would help with that, so we can't actually do any more with that. Ah well.